Hey guys, thanks for checking out the channel. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, remember to hit that bell for notifications for when we drop new videos.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night.
Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Boogeyman Radio. I am John Proctor, aka Dave, the sad man.
The who?
The sad man.
Who is the sad man? Who is John Proctor?
John Proctor, he's a very sad man. Do you want to know who John Proctor is?
See, I guess I'm missing something here.
John Proctor, for those of you that don't know, was the very first man accused of witchcraft in Salem.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that. We definitely talked about that. I should know that.
You should know that. I'm a little ashamed.
It's been how many Halloweens ago? 2? 2 Halloweens ago?
It's only been a couple hundred years. Shit.
I mean...
Can't remember that?
No, never. Can't ever remember that.
Oh, what is up, people? You need to change your name.
Why?
This was the 3 weeks in a row you're doing Harvey.
I love my name. It's my middle name. Leave me alone.
What did I say it was? What it reminded me of?
You
week?
said Harvey Weinstein, and I said no, not Harvey Weinstein. You know what it makes me think of? Harvey Dent, the good one. That's what it makes me remind of. That reminds me of. Well, kind of the good one. He does go evil, but it's fine.
Speaking of Weinstein.
Oh,
good
to have you back, Jerry. Glad you're here.
That's
Cassie and Kelly.
There's some funny comments in here that just made me laugh. That comment right there also made me laugh about the meme I shared with you.
That works absolutely. Yeah. But the reason why he said it is because Cassie had to go for a minute.
Oh man,
kids.
Her kids just called. Got to go pick them up. At least she's gonna listen in her car.
Maybe
2 hands, 10 and 2. Cassie.
Maybe not. She may not listen. Well, that's she. Okay, she did say that. I missed that comment. Sorry, but you think they know who the mystery guest is? You think they know?
I don't know. I've seen some guesses in the comments. I had to laugh about it.
I did see some good guesses. Good guesses, huh?
No,
I think it was Kelly who brought it up first.
I see something about a potty mouth person. I'm going back in the chat.
That has to be Cassie.
We need to find Cassie some bubble gum.
Oh yeah, because she's here to chew bubble gum and. What is the other one? Oh, here to party and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
So she's here to party. Sun's out, guns out.
Until you have to pick up your kids, but it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, I got my drink.
You can't party now. Sorry. No, you can when you get back. It's fine. Makes it
have
interesting.
A shot for a kid.
Wait a second. Unless the roads are just horrible at a stoplight. She's all right, everybody. She's driving safe. We trust her.
I'm doing responsible driving. Every time I stop at a stop sign, I take a drink.
That's every time. At least you're
you
drinking
drink
safely.
while you're driving. Just
exactly. Just like you don't text while you're driving, but just to the stoplight.
Is there any other way?
Definitely any other way.
Guys,
how was your week? Well, hold on. How was your week? How was your week?
My week?
Yeah.
I worked.
It was a week?
It was a week.
All
Nothing
right, cool.
happened.
Cool. That's
except
fine.
Last night.
I'm just making sure. Except last night? What happened last night?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh.
I talked to some people. Some people. Our guest tonight. I talked to our guest tonight. We had an awkward conversation about a lot of you.
Man, shit. Sorry.
Yeah, we actually just talked for like 10 seconds, and he was like, I have to go. I'm like, I'm sorry. And he's like, it's not you, it's me. Left. And, that was it.
Prior, what is it called?
Premature.
Just responsibilities, more important responsibilities, I'm sure.
There's that too.
It's fine. We all have lives. We can't all hang out with our friends, right?
Yeah.
Especially when they live like hours away.
Womp womp.
Womp, womp, womp. It's fine. We all live hours away from each other, technically. Like, I'm in the halfway point.
Obviously,
halfway, not halfway.
So obviously, you've survived this whole cold front. You didn't turn.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Shining.
Yes, and I am so afraid of what that gas and water bill is going to look like coming up here pretty soon. Because this old heater. Good thing we got a new one too. We got a new heater. Thank goodness. A new what is it? Heating and cooling unit. Thank God. Oh my gosh. I don't think I can consciously remember it ever being this cold when I was alive. Like I do not recall a time that it was even colder than that. I think we got to like it feels like was around -20, -25 was the feels like. Now, yeah,
I don't know, man. You've told me about some of your exes. I'm just saying. She's as cold as ice. She's ready to sacrifice our love.
Can I plead the fifth? Can I plead the fifth? I'm just gonna plead the fifth on this one. Yeah. So next, so you survived too, right? Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah.
Jerry's popped with some comments that I'm like, man, this is so us. Not you and me.
To make another to keep it. Yep. Keep the ones we get. Absolutely. Absolutely, man.
Jerry and his stem cell research. All right.
You're not lying. That's the great thing.
So, guys, tonight we are just going to be having general conversations, chit-chat about the paranormal, the life in general. You know, we're gonna like have some awkward silence, some pregnant pauses. Not too long.
Wait, pregnant pauses?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That's what a pause in a conversation is. What a pregnant pause is.
Oh, I didn't know that was considered a pregnant pause. No, I just thought it was a
an
pause.
actual thing. That's what it's actually called, is a pregnant pause.
Well, look at me learning something today. Fantastic. What? Oh. Moment of silence for our fallen comrade. What?
I don't feel pregnant, but we're working on it.
I was going to say, I was like, is it just keeps getting bigger and bigger? Like the pause? Or, I don't know. I don't know why they call it a pregnant pause.
I wonder who conceived
English
that
language. Oh, what? Oh.
That joke got him.
Got him.
All right.
I think it's time.
You think it's time?
I think it's time.
All right. Well, it's been good having you guys on. We'll catch you next.
See you later.
Nah,
we kid. I think it's time to bring on our special guest.
You know what? No, let's make him wait.
Oh, okay.
I do want to.
Him. You said it was a him.
Yeah, I said it was a him last week too.
Oh, okay, cool.
That was our clue. It was a him.
Son of a. Oh, that's right. That was the clue.
That was the clue.
Where was it?
But I did want to pat ourselves on the back because we've done pretty good this past month with Boogeyman Radio. So for those of you that have been watching, sharing, and all that stuff, we applaud you and keep it up.
Yes,
we appreciate it so much.
Comments, likes, view time, everything. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. Okay, maybe now we can do this.
All right, cool.
Several days later.
Ladies and gentlemen.
After he stops picking his nose. I mean, what?
Oh, man, he's
good.
All right, guys. We've delayed this long enough.
Yes.
I wish I had a better intro for him.
The anticipation's killing me.
I'm sorry. He's not a mister. He's a colonel.
That's right.
Colonel Chubbs de Snazzy Pants.
That's what's up.
Welcome back.
That's what's up.
Yes, absolutely.
Man, everybody was guessing really good.
That was, because to be fair, it looked like Josh. It really did.
Because it was like Josh.
Well, I know. I just.
But I didn't see it. I didn't get to see what it was. But yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'll just go ahead and just go grab it real quick.
I think it'd probably be easier if I grabbed it. Oh yeah.
I mean, sure, whatever you want to do. It's fine.
Did you feel it?
Sorry. It's that old man groan right there. I'm like,
all right, here it comes.
I got my blankie and my
Oh, that sounds wonderful too, man.
This is the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, that's totally me.
Yeah, that's totally Josh. That's Kelly got that without missing a beat. That was funny.
That's funny. That's
It's
funny.
it's not even recent, Josh. That's Into the Light 2, Josh.
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
God.
Which means you've had the same haircut for
Hey,
Since I was like 12. Like,
whatever works. This is my usual go-to style too. When my hair gets this
It's the way it
length, so I
goes,
get it.
guys. It's the way it goes.
I totally get it. You do what works.
Yeah, and it's like the hair's trained already. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it just does it. It just
No need to put
happens
gel
now.
and spike it up. Just poof, done.
I wake up
Just
and there it
happens.
is.
This excellence just happens.
I
It's like
use
morning-
I use a lot of stuff.
I feel that. It's okay.
I've actually been
Yeah.
contemplating growing a mullet.
Really?
Why wouldn't you?
For real. Like I've
Yeah,
really
do that.
I think
You
I'm
should do that.
Huh. That's different to think, like to picture. Dave with a mullet. Huh.
we're gonna have
How
to
I'd feel about that,
gotta-
honestly.
You have to freaking do that now.
Now, I say, now you got to do it. Now that you mentioned it, and
have
everybody
to
else
do
knows.
that.
Like, you got to do
Well,
it now.
I
gonna
gotta
take-
do
Okay,
this.
you're on the way
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I'm shaved
Oh,
down.
All right, bringing it back. I'm sure the ladies will dig it. Insert
Yeah.
banjo music here. Oh my gosh, Kelly.
But yeah, I'm gonna, which I didn't see the comment over.
It's
It's
the-
for banjo music here.
That's
Hand
amazing.
drops for everybody.
Ding, 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 ding.
Boy,
That
I
is
can
amazing. Oh
I think-
my god.
I think a mullet could be like this new thing in the paranormal field where like every investigator has to have a mullet. If you're gonna be on
Oh,
YouTube,
God.
better have a fucking mullet.
Jesus.
The
Rocks.
hell?
Oh, I don't know. That was weird.
Shadow figure. Did you see that? Just streak
That was
across
weird.
the
It did
phone.
go dark. You know what? That's a great question, Josh. If you don't mind me asking, because I don't think I've really ever asked you this. Do you
Yeah.
really have paranormal stuff happen at your house?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
If you don't mind sharing experiences, I would love to hear. Actually,
You know, there is this funny too. There was one time that I was giving an interview at the manor, and we had, you know, the whole like camera crew was set up and doing whatever, doing their thing, and asking me these questions. And that question like came up, like, does anything ever? I think how they worded it was, does anything like follow you home?
Right.
And I was like, nah, I mean, for the most part, nothing, you know, I think everything's pretty chillaxed or whatever. But like right at that moment, my phone started to ring and I felt like just a total butthead. But I was like, oh guys, it's my wife. I need to answer this real quick, you know, whatever. And yeah, they're like, oh yeah, no problem. So I get on the phone with the wife and she goes, I don't know what you're doing over there, but you need to knock it off now. And I was like, whoa, like what are you talking about? She's like, listen, she goes, I'm sitting in the living room and the kitchen, she's like, the cabinet doors are opening and slamming. She's like, the dog has pissed and shit like all over the floor.
gosh.
Like the dog is going nuts.
freaking out.
Like the kids are freaking out. Like everything is like, she goes, so whatever you're doing, just knock it off. I'm like, we're literally just doing the interview. You know, that was it. Dude, it was so trippy though. It was
That's
so
pretty trippy.
trippy.
That is pretty wild. Like,
I mean, I know I've experienced stuff when I stayed at your house.
Yeah.
Like the
baby.
stairs.
Really?
Right there's the stairs. Yeah. Oh yeah. We
Dude,
were watching
yeah, 'cause-
TV and there was like some knocks or something happening over by the stairs. I'm just like looking because I was thinking somebody's gonna come down the
right
stairs.
over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
I'm like, somebody's coming
Dude,
down.
it's so funny.
Nothing.
It's so funny. So like 1 or 2 days a week, my wife will work from home. And so we have kind of like this office area set up in the main living room, which Dave, you know what I mean? Like the living room here. And it's so funny because she'll text me throughout the day and she'll be like, full on conversation going on just upstairs, or somebody was just walking down the stairs and I was like, oh Jesus, like it's super weird. But I don't know, like when I'm here and if I'm here like by myself, like I don't really experience much, to be honest with you.
Is it because you're so
So
used to
it's-
all the crazy shit at Malvern?
Maybe.
Like,
Like,
since
honestly,
it's just
it
like a
might be
creek
it,
or
or,
something,
like,
it's
I'm
just,
just-
like, oh, whatever.
Well, it also kind of dawned on me like all these years of playing like really loud music
Oh,
and not having like in-ear monitors or anything like that. It's just like open ears, you know what I mean? Just
yeah.
raw dogging it the whole time. Like I am losing my hearing. And it makes me wonder. I'm like, shit. I'm like, maybe I should go see somebody about this.
I will say
I
that,
don't know.
but at the same time, when you do have in your paranormal videos, when you hear a voice, like in the camera, sometimes it's pretty faint, so it's really hard to hear. But you hear it pretty, like I would say, like every single time you hear it, and it's just so it's like, okay, maybe
Well,
I could see that.
I don't.
But I guess that's a training thing too. You are in that mode, ready to go. You're listening. Your brain is trained to listen to the silence and pick out anything. When you're at home just chillaxing, you're not focusing on that.
That's true. That is very true, because that's kind of like, I don't know, that's like my space. You know what I mean? It's like I'm home now, and I can just relax. It's like, I wish you guys could see me right now. I have my old man slippers on. I have a blanket over me. I mean, I'm just like,
to be relaxed. That's great.
Total freaking middle age rocking that shit like right now. You know what I mean? Like,
no judgment, my guy. Yeah, no judgment here.
You're like, okay.
Exactly. I'm sure Cassie would be doing the same thing if she was,
if she wasn't picking up her kids.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Now,
I will say real quick, part of the reason why I think Josh on the videos, it is why Josh is hearing stuff, but like it may not come through so much on the audio, is like the audio is filtering out a lot of things that Josh is hearing. But also, Josh, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but are you wearing a lapel mic half the time?
The majority of the time, like the majority of the audio is coming from right here.
Right. So if it's behind you or something, you really won't be able to hear it. That makes sense.
Right.
It's going to filter a lot of it out. So it may be louder.
Because obviously, like, I'll have like I have a boom mic on the camera, or any camera that we have running. There's a mic on it.
Okay.
And so it's like you hope that you can maybe pull some good nuggets from that audio from other cameras. And sometimes it works, and sometimes you're just completely SOL. So,
but even then though too, you'll like when you enhance the audio, then you can clearly hear it. Like with those knocks that you had from the video 5 or 6 days ago, man, that was really good. And the disembodied voices too. Good job.
Me out, man. That tripped me out, just because it's like stunned. You could feel that crap.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that like what was really stupid about that is the fact that like in that back hallway, that Shadow Man hallway, that's a concrete floor underneath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like that's not no way. Like there's no way that you're feeling that. Like we were feeling that, but it's like, I mean, that really tripped Kirsten out too. Like honestly,
I was very, very intrigued with that session too. And
oh my God, Chuck motherfucking Banks.
What's up, Banks?
Chuck Banks, what up, brother?
It's awesome. Now, I've had an experience too at the Arkansas Tuberculosis Sanatorium. I was in the basement, and the basement, it's concrete, right? So you shouldn't be able to feel any footsteps. But I was in one of the wings by myself, and I thought I heard footsteps coming, like it was from above me, but it felt like I could feel them as well. And then I went up and asked everybody, like, "Hey, was there anybody on this wing where I was at?" And nobody was over there. So to me, it was either walking on the ceiling, or it was in the room, like on the floor somewhere, and it just like echoed up there. But yeah, it was. I feel you on feeling it. Like when you feel the vibrations of something coming through, it really makes a difference for sure.
Real quick,
so weird though.
Real quick, Cassie says, "Stoplight, drink." Also, hi Josh. For the love of God, bring back the Malvern videos. Okay, love you.
Bring back the Malvern videos.
I think she means before you change the formula, the like the more what is it?
The shorter
like the weekly
investigations, like where
like,
you're doing it all the time.
Yeah,
that more.
Stuff. But
I mean,
to be
that's
fair, I will say,
like,
go ahead. Sorry.
No, please.
No, okay. So what I was gonna say is, for me, Malvern's cold. In the winter, I wouldn't be able to be there all the time. There's no way. It's so. I mean, you'd just be in the kitchen or in that little the small center area. That's it. That's literally it.
2 nights. I think it was 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, we had a group that was there, and I swear, like I was waiting for the phone call. I'm like, there's no way this group is showing up. Like, there's no way they're going to be able to do this. The temperature was -17.
Ooh,
like the overnight, low was -17, and I'm like, oh my god, like that's just so cold. They had never been there before, and they were only from Omaha, so like they were pretty close,
Yeah.
like 30-40 minutes away, and they made it. Like they freaking made it, like the whole night. It was amazing. So yeah,
Dude, I've done Beatty Mansion when it was like below freezing. I could only last till about like 2:00 at night, and then we went to one room, made a little fort, and put a heater in there, and we slept in there, and it only brought it up to like 50 degrees. So,
and it's, I mean, obviously you can't feel cold spots because it's cold everywhere.
Oh my god, oh my god,
it's just pointless.
Yeah, it's just
horrible. It's like, oh, you see that fog? Yeah, it's the steam coming out of your mouth. That's what it is.
Right, exactly.
Just stop breathing so hard.
Oh my god.
Got you all these apparitions.
Right. Oh my god, you see that orb has the spit?
Oh my god, man.
Does it feel like you're being followed?
Yes.
We're gonna plug this now, and then we're also gonna plug this later in the show. But you've got a lot of events set up for Malvern. Like a lot of people are doing events there. It's pretty crazy how many.
I noticed.
Yeah.
Some you didn't even know about.
Wow, imagine that.
I mean, that's fair too. Like I was like,
great freeze.
Like Dave and I were talking last night, and he was like, "Hey, what are the open dates or whatever?"
So I haven't announced that yet, but we can go ahead and talk about it right now. Then I hadn't announced it yet.
No,
he just said open dates. That's all he said.
But I was
just
saying, like, I was looking at open dates, and I was like, Jesus, like it was crazy, like because I was like, there's nothing, and then I was like, wait a minute, this says there's an event, and then there's an event like right after that, and then another one, and another. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm like,
okay.
Then
I pulled up Eventbrite to check for Malvern events, and there's some in there.
That's what I had to do too. Dude, that's what I had to do too. And I was like, now some of them are trying to be sneaky because some of them, it's not on my calendar as an event.
Huh.
So what they're doing is they're booking an overnight at the overnight price and then charging Mama Jammas to show up. And we'll have a little chat about that.
That's probably a good
Fuck
idea.
them, whatever. Who gives a shit? It's a fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this out there because it's already like locked in, and
Yeah.
So
drop it, Dave.
I've already booked. It's so hot. We've already booked our first location for the Midwest Mystery Tour 2024.
Whoop, whoop.
Malvern motherfucking Manor. It's going to be in May, May 24th.
Heck yes.
That's right.
May
Because I had a
24th.
prior engagement on the 18th, which I didn't become aware of until just last night. Thank you, David.
Nice.
I was like, what am I doing? I'm booking events for myself and I have no idea what I'm doing.
You should have Dave be your assistant and book all your events.
Yeah, because Dave
keep track
was
of
like,
everything.
Because Dave was like, "Oh, I see you're going to be at Ashmore Estates, like on like May 18th." I'm like, "Huh?"
He's like, yeah.
What?
Ashmore? What?
Right. And then I was like, "Oh my god, it's in my calendar!" Like I got that. I'm like, "Okay." Totally spaced it.
He's your assistant. That's it. We're done. It's settled.
Do you need me out there? Do you need my assistance?
Right. Exactly.
Come in. Your
Oh,
landing
God.
gear is down. But yeah, so guys, May 24th is the Malvern event for the Midwest Mystery Tours. Tickets have not gone on sale yet because I have not posted anything about it, but you heard it here first. I will be announcing other places as they come, and I was hoping to have another one booked last night, but
It happens. It's literally January 22nd. It's fine.
Well, that's true. That's
well, you
true.
know how I move. I operate fast.
I know you move fast, but my goodness, good sir. We don't even know if we're going to be alive in May. Let's just put it that way, okay?
Dave can be completely nude in 2.3 seconds.
Exactly. You never know.
He goes fast.
See, I was just
We'll
nude.
Snap. You see me do it again?
See, just like that.
Do it again. Do it.
Ow! Up. You gotta be quick. Gotta be
There
quick.
it goes. There it
Oh, yeah.
goes.
Ladies. But you guys also have some other events. One in particular coming up in April, right? Was it April?
March. We have
March.
one coming up
Oh,
in
man.
March that I'm
Yeah.
super excited about. Oh my god!
So aggressive.
No, I'm super excited about that. Like the end of March, like March 24th, I believe is when it is. We've got my buddy Chad Lindbergh, my buddy Stormy Daniels, and myself. We're gonna be doing a public ghost hunt at the Malvern Manor, and yeah, it'll be great. Tickets obviously on sale now at Eventbrite. If you look up the word Zoinks, like from Scooby Doo, you'll be able to find that event.
What's the event called?
Zoinks.
There's more to it.
Zoinks. Oh, is there? I don't know. This was all Chad's idea. I don't know.
Sounds like a Chad thing.
It was Chad's idea. Like Chad came up with the title and all that stuff, and then Stormy had people do the flyer thing or whatever. I just sit there and look pretty.
You're just there. Like, oh, we'll put you on the flyer.
Just the trophy gal. That's what
Right, exactly. So that was just it. Like I was setting up the event like it was just them. You know what I mean? And Chad's like, no. Like, you have to be a part of this deal. I'm like, I don't want your pity invite to your event. Like, don't give me that bullshit. He goes, no, we want you to be a part of this. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'll be a part of it.
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense.
You
Twist
talked
my
me
arm.
into it.
Yeah, exactly. Twist my arm. Yeah. Damn it.
Guys, I don't know if I can make it.
Sorry.
You're there every day. Yeah, no.
I forgot to turn the stove off.
I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, stuff and things.
It's a long way to
judging by my week, how it's going thus far, since today is what, Monday, right? Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, it's friggin' Monday, and I was on the roof of Malvern Manor for 4 consecutive hours today, like just breaking ice and diverting water and all that.
Yes.
It was just terrible week going on. So I was like, this is going to be a beautiful start to a beautiful week. Like, let's go.
Yeah, but
that's
week
like,
coming
that's
this
the
week,
shit right there. Like when bullshit like that happens, you just grab it by the sack and just own that shit.
That's right.
It'd be like, challenge accepted, universe. Let's go. Like, let's just do this. So,
imagine the energy you released in that place.
Oh, you have no idea. For
6
those 4 hours, bro, I can tell you right now, I burned over 4,000 calories thanks to my handy dandy little Garmin watch. 4,000 calories just scooping snow and shoveling it off. Like, it was hilarious because I was throwing it off the top of the Malvern Manor, which is fucking tall. And
Yeah,
so, like, I'm listening to all these chunks of ice and snow just into the ground, and it was the most satisfying thing in the world. It made it all worth it.
I can imagine you looking over the edge.
Boys.
Like, shit, my car's
dude, it was epic. It was so epic, though. It was so great. It was so great. Yes. Oh,
are you guys gonna see 40 this week? You're gonna
so like today, I mean, the only reason why it started to leak so goddamn bad is because it hit like 37 degrees, 38 degrees, something like that. And like not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, it's going to be like 48 degrees. And I'm like, holy shit. So I really want to make sure all that stuff is completely off the roof by the time that happens.
Yes.
Because I don't want any more leakage. No more leakage, please.
Well, no, nobody wants unexpected harmful damage to any property.
Nobody likes unexpected leakage. Ever. Ever.
Exactly.
Warning, this show will give you unexpected leakage.
You smell what I'm
use.
stepping in. And you smell what I'm stepping in. Yeah.
Oh man.
Ooh, gross.
So something Charles and I we were briefly talking about was about your videos. Like, we've noticed you started spending more time in Rebecca's Hall than anywhere else.
Yes.
And I was like under the impression, well, maybe this is because since that scream, it's just kind of had you back there like, do it again.
Keep going. Find out more.
I want nothing more than to hear that scream again, right? And
Josh yells back.
exactly. But it also like then like going through bits and pieces of documentation now and
Oh, I've
finding
seen what you
out
would.
more and more and more, and it's like
I'm so
I'm
intrigued
gunning
about that.
for you now. So it's like
Yeah.
now I'm gunning for it. And so
Yes.
it's and there's so much more. Like, I mean, there was tons of documentation that were taken out of that place, but I have a stack of still about like that, you know. But
Yeah.
going through all of that, it's crazy. Kirsten and I did a video like a couple weeks before that one.
Yeah.
Where we were taking socks and putting them in the bathtub because one of the residents was known to take socks and shove them down the pipes. I was like, well, shit, like, let's just, you know, let's take some socks and throw them in the bathtub and see. Because this lady was like overflowing the sinks and overflowing the tubs and stuff like that on purpose.
Stuff. Exactly.
Yeah, but like apparently she was getting a kick out of it. So you know, go with what you feel, I guess. But damn,
I'm not gonna use this bathroom today.
It's crazy.
That does. I mean,
exactly.
I remember seeing that the binder that you had in this latest episode, kind of like just you were using it as like as a good reference for stuff, and I am definitely very intrigued about all of that. It does seem like it plays more of a
bland and boring. But,
Yeah,
you know, it's just like, this is their goal sheets or whatever. It's like, on this, like the goal for this person is they'll dress themselves 3 days out of the week. You know what I mean? And if they can do that goal, then we'll progress it and move it on. And that's very standard practice, but it's, I don't know, like, it's so cool, like reading through some of these things. And it's like, damn, you know?
Absolutely. At least Josh has plenty of rolled up socks.
You're damn right I do.
Fair enough. That's right. Shoot, how cold it is up in Iowa, I would too. Dang.
Oh,
You're stuck together because of the ice. It's so cold.
That's gotta be it.
That's what it's together.
As if by some natural adhesive, it just won't come apart.
Is this ectoplasm? What the hell? Why is there shit?
Gotta be.
What?
Gotta
yeah,
be.
absolutely.
Now, the information that you divulged in that latest video about Rebecca makes so much sense now why male energy is
not just because of her husband, but other things as well. Now that it makes a lot of sense.
Right.
It makes a lot more sense.
Some of the things, and like honestly, some of the things that were documented were some of the nastiest things. Like, I was nervous, guys, like putting that video out.
Yeah.
Beyond, because I mean, we all know like that is a sensitive subject anyway, and especially these days, you never know how those cards are going to fall, right? And so it's like all we can do is like present the evidence and just see what happens, you know.
Yes.
But I'm like, Jesus Christ,
yeah, it
was insane, and things that are just absolutely disgusting. You know what I mean?
Do you think that it happened mainly to her, or do you think it happened to also some of the other patients as well?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I
would assume it probably did.
Now I will say this also, like I'm with Dave. Like I would suggest that yes, it probably happened numerous times to numerous people.
Because if it's happening once,
thinking
probably, yeah.
Exactly. And it's like, you hate thinking that, like you hate to even entertain those thoughts, but at the same time, it's like, and I do know this was straight out of the nurses' mouths, that Rebecca was a very, very attractive woman. Which I don't know.
Just makes you feel,
know.
You know, yeah. And
yes, it's like, God dang. To be dealt such a crappy hand like that, it's like, first you dropped off, and now we're going to add insult to injury here, basically. It's completely, I don't know.
I will say the first time that I ventured to Malvern, braved Malvern, I should say, the first time that I stayed there, my friends and I, we stayed in Rebecca's room for the night. Like we got like a couple walkie-talkies, and we gave one to my friend's mom who was hosting the event, Denise Pridemore. And it had a whole different feeling. Like, obviously we knew the whole, like, her husband left her there and, like, just, like, left her, and she basically mentally cracked, and just, that was it, right? Like, nobody, and I mean, I didn't know about the SA stuff until literally this video, like you had talked about. So
Yeah.
that puts it in a whole different perspective for me. Like, I respected her already, like, so much, and I
Right.
sympathize with her so much. Now it's just like, oh my God, dude, like, ugh, like you just, your heart just breaks, right? Like,
Yeah.
I love to go in there and talk to her and stuff, and I don't know how if she feels the same way about me talking to her, or at all. I have no idea, but for some reason, I really like going to her room, and whether it be inside or just standing outside and just, talking to her, just like you're basically investigating, but I didn't have any equipment or anything on, just literally talking to her like she's a person right there in front of me.
Exactly.
And sometimes I feel like that helps. It may not. I don't know, because she clearly doesn't like men, so she may not like me, and I just don't know it. So
Now
honestly,
know why.
though, I think it's all how you're going into the situation, how you're presenting yourself, and all of that. Like, I mean, the questions you're asking or whatever. Like, so many times, like, we have those investigators that kind of come in guns blazing.
Oh,
Jack Megan's like,
Show yourself. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, you're not going to get very far. You're not going to get far, like, doing that. But sitting in a room for an hour and just being like, how was your day? What'd you do today? What are you doing tomorrow? Things like that, like, just general conversation that you would just ask Joe Schmo, anybody.
Literally.
Seems to, like, garner the best results, honestly. So, yeah.
Instead of treating them like an object that you can't physically see, just treat them like a human being, or treat them like a physical manifestation of a person. Like,
exactly.
It's not that hard. So that's why it gets me sometimes, when people provoke, and I understand that does help with possibly some other more aggressive spirits, but obviously with her case, no, definitely not.
Exactly.
Don't do it. Just if you're gonna do that, leave her alone. Go somewhere else in the building.
Just go up to the attic and pull that shit. You know what
exactly.
I mean? Like, do something. Anything. Yeah.
Well, okay. So speaking of that, I know. So one of the first things too I found out about that place was the whole the two guys across the hall from each other. It was first thought that one was assaulting the other one, and now with more investigations, and wasn't it you talked to previous nurses who backed that up as well? Was that so? Did they get official confirmation on? I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Well, that was like the original thing that I did, was like had some of the nursing staff just walk me through the building.
Yeah.
And that was one of the areas they stopped, and they told me that story. They're like, this guy would sneak across the hall 3 to 4 times a week in the middle of the night and assault the gentleman in that other room. And so I was like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. Over 150 pieces of written documentation to support that nasty stuff. Like, what is going on here? Right. And I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, 150 is a lot. Like, 4 is a lot. Like, if you knew this were happening, you would take one of them out of the equation. Anybody would do that.
Right.
But they coexisted for at least 5 years. They were never separated. They were never moved apart. And that was a public event that we were doing with Dustin Perry and KJ McCormick from Ghost Hunters. And plain as day, over the spirit box, that never happened. And it was pissed. And then okay, what did happen? I loved him. And it's like, oh. And for 2 solid hours would stick to that story. And I mean, suggested they were in love. They loved each other very much. They were a couple. I don't know. Because I still have this documentation that says an assault was going on.
Right.
I also know that in a facility like that, any form of sexual anything has to be documented. No matter what that may entail, it has to be put on paper. Like, I used to work at a facility like that, and trust me, there was a lot of awkward conversations with parents and grandparents and things like that, where you have to let them know what's going on. But it's like, so does that lend itself to the documentation? Maybe.
Hmm.
Does it also lend itself to why they weren't separated? Maybe. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
But
Now,
like,
another
some of
thing-
the best interactions have been from that area for sure.
Yeah,
Sorry, Dave.
absolutely. I agree.
And I'm so glad that you brought up the whole thing about Rebecca's stuff, because now it gives me pause with the audio that I captured there. Maybe that was whoever was doing whatever to Rebecca. Maybe he was doing it to somebody else, and maybe that's what we were capturing.
It's yeah.
Like
Correct.
we never really got clarity out of that audio. So like there's still some questions to be had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's-
something. Oh, sorry. I was just
Nope.
to say something else I thought about too is maybe that scream. First thought, I thought that scream was coming from you entering the room, Josh. Like you, and she's yelling, "Get out!" Right?
Right.
Could that have been like a moment in time where something was
residual.
happening and she just let it out right there, like
So-
just full on?
It's like, did we tap into
Right.
the perfect moment in time with
Mhm.
maybe even specific atmospheric conditions or what have you, right? But it was that something residual
Right.
that we could then just experience briefly.
Dude.
Maybe.
Because that was like a blood curdling scream. That
Oh
was,
my God.
Like she put her voice into that. Like it was.
That was that crap. And that's what, honest to God, like speaking of like audio and things like that, that pissed me off because it was much more like it sounded louder, obviously, to me, like being there.
right. Oh yeah,
physically
right there. Absolutely.
Than what we captured, because
That's your lapel.
all I
mic.
had,
Yeah.
all I had was the lapel on, which
Yeah.
says something. Like it was loud, sure, but it's like, gosh dang it, like it could have been. I don't know. I should have done more to it.
Well, one
I
of the
think you
things
did
I
great,
pointed out-
Josh. I don't know what else you could have done, but I think it sounded
Yeah.
great.
Well, one of the
Yeah.
things I pointed out whenever we first started watching, we watched it like maybe 24
Oh,
times.
Yeah, just
over and
trying
over
to
and over
dissect
again.
it. Yeah,
And
Me too.
I noticed like I pointed it out to Charles. I was like, this is on his lapel mic, because the first scream you're facing away from the hall.
right. So
Your
it sounds
mic is-
quieter.
Your mic is facing this way. It's not facing that hall. So when the second one hits, obviously it's louder because you spun around.
Right.
Yes.
You can
So
clearly
it
tell
had
it's
to come
coming
from the
from
hall.
down that way, like 100%.
Which is also funny as hell to me too, because I've watched that and rewatched that and all that stuff, and I'm like, I didn't even register what was happening until the first scream was done, and then I spun. Like, what the hell was that? Because it's like, oh, you hear something, but you don't know what that is, and then you're like, oh shit, like that's a girl screaming, and then you flip around and capture another one.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are those
So
magic
stupid.
moments.
Magic.
That's it.
moments.
And I was like, and that's never going to happen again. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Ah,
a moment like that, like it doesn't happen.
that's those
as
once in a
often.
lifetime
Oh my God.
experiences. I feel like I've had a few like once in a lifetime. I know it's not really once in a lifetime if you have a few, but it's at obviously different
But-
locations and different things. But holy cow, when it freaking happens, it happens.
And that's the best, man. I mean, it's the same thing with like Dave, when you and Rick were upstairs and captured that same type of
Yeah.
screaming going on. It was like how often does that happen?
Well,
Right,
here's
so-
the thing. At Malvern, I've probably heard audible voices.
Yeah.
One with Rick, and then the first time I was there to film,
Yeah.
there's a spot where when we were in that I don't know what you call it, the wood floor lobby room,
Yeah.
the captain's lobby or whatever. So we were in there getting cameras set up and ready, and we heard somebody upstairs yelling hello.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I go over to the stairs, I yell back up to it, hello, and then it yells back. So I'm like, oh shit, somebody's up there. So we
It's
went up there.
literally just
But-
like that's the
but none of it
audio
captured.
down by Rebecca's room. Sorry.
Yeah,
Something
none of it
else.
captured. None of it captured
Yeah.
on audio.
Ugh.
And then
Right.
the event that we did this past Midwest Mystery Tour when Charles Jerry was
Yes.
there. Actually,
Mhm.
there's two
Jerry,
audible
Mitch.
voices.
Yeah.
Jerry and Mitch. You know, when we were
Oh,
all
yeah.
down in the nursing home wing,
Yep.
Jerry and I heard an audible voice right between us responding to what Jerry had said. And then we were doing the doorway experiment where everybody sits in a doorway, and Charles and I had an audible voice say, "Get back," right between us.
And then shortly after, I was getting footsteps, like what you guys were talking about earlier, about feeling the footsteps in Susie's room. I could feel something moving around in Susie's room. That was wild. But that's just like also the audio where you have it. I think it was right next to Rebecca's room or something, facing down towards Shadow Man hallway, and you hear that or however that audio goes. That's exactly that. Oh my gosh, dude! Like that place is amazing when it comes to just those awesome gym moments.
But that's what I want to get to the bottom of, right? It's like if we can start to then correlate, like the day, the time, the atmosphere, the everything, all of it. If we can do that and then re-hit it like every single year, holy shit!
Or even every day since you're there, like if you're able to be in that spot at that time on every day, and then just write what day every day for a year didn't happen. Then on the anniversary of the one that did happen, see if it happens again.
God, that'd be insane.
That would be, then you'd have that straight correlation of possible, like within an hour or two, or was it warm outside or was it misty? You know what I'm saying.
I give John like 2 weeks before he's like, Captain's log, Stargate 3374. Melvin,
I probably would too.
I could definitely see it. Absolutely. Kelly
asked a question.
I was just about to say that.
Is number one still present at the manor?
Definitely still present at the manor. I have a fun little theory that I'm working on, guys.
Okay.
And I'm currently in the process of putting together another video, kind of exploring that. Okay. But yeah, it'll be interesting. 1000%
theory.
Yes. Both.
Okay.
I think I have a very solid idea of who this might be.
Rick Rose.
Okay. You know how wild that would be?
I hit it.
Absolutely
wild. Listen, no freaking lie. One night, Kirsten and I were doing a live stream on YouTube. And as we're back there, we're getting this voice coming over this portal device that we were using. And it kept saying, Rick, like all this stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? And so Kirsten was almost in tears because, I mean, she fucking loved that guy. You know what I mean? But it's like just bizarre. It was bizarre.
I thought Rick came through. Yeah, I thought he came through on this latest one that you released. I thought I heard you had something said Rick or something. I thought something said Rick, and I was just like, wait a second, like, whoa, is he coming through now?
Too, because like what we're using, obviously, I mean, there's no phonetic generator, there's no word bank or anything like that. It's just sweeping.
Yeah,
you know. So yeah, it's pretty freaking cool.
He could be giving you some of the best stuff, and we don't even know it.
Yeah,
maybe that was it.
Or he could be giving us some really rated R material that we'll never be able to use anywhere. So.
That's true.
It's all welcome. It's all welcome.
What a ghost can do. Sorry, it's so horrible. It's bad. Okay, so I will say, I'll ask too, because I had a question. Now, with mentioning this last video again, you had mentioned the name Dave was an original caretaker or owner of the location. Is it the same that comes through as David as well? Do you think it's the same person, or do you think that's two different people?
So a lot of times, and I'll kind of get into this in another video as well. But so this guy Dave or whatever, he ran the place. So what happened was there was this lady, Geraldine Reed, that ran the building forever until she was 87 years old. And then she retired. Obviously, she actually went to a nursing home shortly thereafter. But this Dave guy was the one that took over, and he was very verbally abusive, in some cases physically abusive. A lot of people that work there did not like this gentleman. Um, a lot of the residents didn't care for this gentleman. A lot of people even around town didn't care for this gentleman. Turns
Hmm.
out he was skimping money. He was doing insurance fraud. There was this, there was that. Like, he was one of those guys that would be like, guys, I'm going to the store. Do you need anything? This guy, specifically one, would say, yeah, I need a pack of cigarettes. He'd be like, well, that pack of cigarettes is going to cost $8. Even though that pack of cigarettes at that time was only going to cost about $3 or $4, right?
Yeah.
And so then he was pocketing the rest. And just like I said, just skimping little bits here and there, blah, blah, blah. But it turns out like he didn't even have the proper licensure to pass an aspirin to somebody, right? Or let alone run a facility like that. But his wife certainly did. He was piggybacking off of that. It was a whole freaking thing. He went to prison. But interestingly enough, like going upstairs now into what we call Susie's room, right?
Yeah.
With all the coloring books and all that stuff, she seems to stay in her room for the most part. Like, he won't let me leave. I can't leave. I'm scared. He won't let me leave. I'm like, who is he? Dave. Dave. I'm like, huh. Now, during a standard tour or whatever, I'm like, I certainly have my speculations, but I don't know definitively who she's talking about. Not
That's
right.
what you
And
said on that video I made.
right. Which at that time was true. Like, at that time, it's true. But what I'm telling you right now is that's the name now that I have been consistently getting in her room. And it really makes you wonder if he's not the same culprit here. You know what I'm saying? Like, gosh dang, like I don't know, but it's like, shit,
Well,
maybe we found our bad guy.
I'll say so.
Call himself number one. No, I'm number one. Damn it.
Boom. What do you just think I was alluding to freaking 3 minutes ago? That's it.
Exactly.
That's it. He is just a cocky son of a bitch. He wants you to think that he's a big bad demon or whatever the fuck it is. And I'm like, okay, fine. I flat out said it. I was like, here's the deal. If you're in fact a demon, prove it. Prove it. Like, freaking beat your chest just for a moment. Scare the shit out of me so much, in fact, that I'll never want to return to this building. You'll be fucking rid of me, right? I'll be gone. Scare me. Legitimately scare me. I'll run out of here in my freshly beshitted pants, and you can call it a fucking day. Scare me. Right?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And then I push a little hard. I'm like, you're a pansy. You know what I mean? You're nothing. You're fucking nothing. But I swear to God, it's him. He was so narcissistic and just shitty. I'm number one. I'm number one. I rule the roost. I'm this, I'm that, I'm big, I'm bad. Even though you're kind of a piece of shit and you didn't really know what you were doing, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So then would the next step be to try to make, or not make, but like try to help Susie feel comfortable with being able to leave her room?
And leave the room.
Yes.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Because that's
like,
big
absolutely.
steps right there for her, I'm sure.
Yeah. Because it's like, it's so weird, right? Like, I've talked to her before and been like, why are you here? Why can't you leave? And I think she misunderstood me because I got this EVP. My mom won't let me leave. And I'm like, her mom put her there. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay. I'm like, I think she's misunderstanding. I'm like, why don't you just leave the room? You know
right? With her mentality,
but,
she's probably like, well, my mom won't let me because I can't leave. Like, I have to stay here.
Exactly. 8, 9 years old. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kelly said, I was wondering if number one was one of Gracie's personalities.
I've kicked that around numerous times. As well. What if number one was just a like, you guys ever see those gosh dang it, like Split?
Oh yeah.
Like, do you remember that, like that trilogy of films?
Yeah.
And he's got the Beast, right?
Yep.
Oh, you're gonna meet the Beast. Oh, the Beast is coming, and that's like the alpha personality, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what if that were a manifestation too? Because there's usually a dominant personality. So it's like when you're talking about like DID and all of that stuff, it's like totally feasible that she would have something similar to that alpha personality.
I mean, it makes sense with some of the things that people, like what you've told people and have said, where the nursing staff would say, like, they'd hear her saying, the devil's coming to get me, the devil's coming to get. What if number one was the devil personality? Like, that's
right.
And then also hearing the male personality in her room, that could have been this number one personality or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that would, to me, make sense. I mean, why that hallway feels so off. That hallway specific, not only because, there's blood on the wall, but just that hallway in general, just something usually, like, when people don't get good feelings, it's usually, to me, up in that hallway. Like, I understand Shadow Man, and it's like, oh, yeah, big and scary. And, like, I'm not always, like, really scared of the Shadow hallway anymore, like, personally, but it just, I don't know. I feel like the bad, which I know the attic does have bad feelings, too. Like, that's pretty
I've never really had bad feelings up there.
Really? I thought that, like, something isn't good, but I thought something wasn't like something not right is up there.
Yeah, some people get that. I just don't get it myself.
Yeah, I have yet to. I mean, besides dropping my recorder down the freaking chimney, I have yet to have a major experience in that. Oh, it still works today. I mean, it's great.
Hell yeah! Takes a licking and keeps on ticking, guys.
Honestly, I just had some dust, wiped it off, called good.
Cassie has an interesting question, and I've kicked this around numerous times too. Like, what if they just left? All of them. Like, not even just Hank or anything like that. What if they just bounced? And it's like, what do you do? Like,
time to bust out the Ouija board. No,
it's like, shit, now we
gotta do some seances, get some new spirits in here, guys.
Some new ghosts here, guys.
Oh, this is John. Yeah, he's always been here. Don't worry about him. He needs a little time.
Yeah. He's always been around. He's just shy.
He's fine. He's been really, really quiet. It's the little boy spirit that talks like every now and then. It's fine.
But that is funny though, like to entertain that idea of like what would happen if there were just really consistently nothing going on, nothing happening. And it's like,
how long would it take investigators to figure it out?
To finally figure it out,
because honestly, it wouldn't take that long. It wouldn't take that long.
I mean, you would hope, but there's some bad investigators out there too.
Well, that's fair too. That's fair. But honestly, like I would have no problem at that point closing the book to that chapter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just be like, okay, Malvern, you can have your freaking parking lot now. You know what I mean? Like, there you go, bitches. Like,
Is that really what they want to do with the place?
I mean,
is that what they wanted to? Okay, I was just curious.
More than likely, it'll just sit there and rot away, fester, like it.
We were gonna tear it down, but then we found out how much money that cost. Yeah.
Oh, and how much money it's bringing to the town. It's fine.
Dude, I got approached by a gentleman the other day, and he
getting hit on.
Super nice guy, yeah. Super nice dude, and he was asking like legitimately what he wanted to do. He was like,
he was very
buy this place. But he's like, I want to buy this place. And he said that he wanted to turn it into just apartments, basically. And I was like, what aspect of this? He goes, well, basically, he's like, I'd keep the nursing home wing area there. This section in the middle would be kind of more of like a common area. And then I would tear that other part off and make another nursing home wing type area that would. So basically, you'd have 5-6-ish type apartments, smaller apartments, granted, but I mean, still. But I mean, he really wanted to do that, and I was like, no, like not yet, no, probably not. Like I don't know.
I don't know if it would ever happen. Honestly, like I know, how the field is.
$1 billion.
Yeah.
You know how the field is. If they hear or catch wind, they're going to tear this down. People are like, fuck, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many like buildings lost to history now that we can't ever like for one, obviously investigate, but you can't really keep alive with the preservation of its history and stuff like
Hey,
that.
you can't get that shit back. That's time.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's
Literally.
tough though, right? Like
Yeah.
it's so hard because it's like, oh, just as an example, right? Like if I didn't go up on that roof for 4 hours this afternoon and unfuck the roof and scoop off all of the snow, all of the ice, and get all of the water displaced, if that didn't happen, like your top floor is screwed, my
Yeah.
studio is screwed, all the water damage, it's going to just fall apart. It's going to literally rot and crumble.
Yeah.
So it's like any inkling of a leak or anything like that, and I'm fucking on it. Like,
Yeah.
because
That's good.
I
It
don't
shows you care.
want to. Yeah. But it's like, the whole time you're up there, and I was like, oh my God, I was just like, you know what? Whatever. At least
Right.
it's nicer out today, right? It's not
Yeah.
negative 20.
Ah,
I could be fucking
happy thoughts.
miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like, I even at one point took my goddamn coat off because I was sweating so much. And what am I doing? I'm scooping snow and I'm listening to political podcasts and trash, basically, is what I'm listening to. That's what I'm doing.
Goddamn
Yeah,
economy,
yeah.
son of a.
Yeah, all the time, right? Yeah, all that shit. But like that's what I was doing, and I was like, you know what? Like honestly, it's not that fucking bad. It's like it gave me an excuse to get some freaking exercise today, right?
Exactly.
Like that's what it did. So there, yeah.
Well, and Kelly had a question real quick. Josh, do you think the spirits ever get tired of people talking with them or provoking them to interact?
Definitely with the provoking, yes. I think, like, just like I said,
That's not the ceiling fan.
like,
Definitely.
like having that.
Is that a baseball
what is
bat, or
he
are you just
talking about?
happy
I
to
was
see us?
Don't you worry about it, boys. Don't you worry about it. But no, like it was funny. Like an example, right? Like I had a group that was there. I don't even remember. It was maybe an hour after I had already left, right? And they were like, "Hey, we're gonna need you to come back to the manor." And I was like, "Oh,
what?
is everything okay?" And they're like, yeah." Like it's just there's not a lot going on.
It's dead
I was
right
like,
now.
oh, right. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And they're like, well, like we've been to every room. I'm like, every room. I'm like,
In an hour.
interesting. I've only been gone for like 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, like, it's really
that's very. You guys impatient or what? No,
right. And they're like,
Hmm.
I mean, we're spending like 5-10 minutes in every room and like nothing's happening. Like, I'm like, maybe try like an hour,
Yeah.
and things like that. So it's like people don't. It's like that's why we give you so long in Malvern
Mhm.
Manor is because it's a big fucking house. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
you
Yep.
have so much room in that place, and to spread out and just kind of just ask your questions and hang out a little bit.
Have
Get to
some
know
fun.
them. Yes, let them get to know you, the whole 9 yards, right? Like it's crazy to me, but I don't know. Like I think they're more annoyed when it comes to the people that are like those guns blazing types, right? Like the people that come in there and act like their shit don't stink
Yeah.
type of stuff. Like I don't know, but oh my God, guys, you
I
want
can
to
only-
see something
I
just
can only imagine.
sickening? Look at it. Like I don't know how well you can even see like all that snow.
That's a lot of friggin' snow. Wow.
Like I hate my life right now. Fuck it. Fucking.
At least you
hate
didn't have to shovel your own house, right?
The fuck I don't. Like are
No,
you
I meant
kidding
like
me?
the roof.
Here's
the
what
roof.
sucks.
The roof.
Oh
Josh.
no, the roof is actually
That's what I
pitched
meant.
here.
He's like, that's why I
Yeah,
have
the roof
kids.
is like normal here. Yeah. No, it sucks because it's like, oh yeah, I get done. I'll dig us out, right? And we live on a
Mhm.
corner lot, so it's like, oh, you got a long ass driveway and then
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of sidewalk wrapping all the way around the property. So it takes a minute.
Yeah.
And then I go to Malvern Manor, which has a big ass driveway and a corner lot, sidewalk all the way around. I'm like, just fucking kill me. Just fucking kill me.
Where's that kid like?
I got a
spirit that likes to
snowblower.
play in the snow.
I got a snowblower at my house though.
Good. Good.
But I've got two nephews. I got two nephews that live in Malvern that like to make
Oh,
money, so they
Thank
can
God.
scoop.
I can skip.
So
Hey,
child labor laws and
pay
all
somebody
that
else
stuff.
to do it. Why not? It's fine.
Oh, I do.
Just wait till
Like, here
they're
you go, boys.
done. They're almost done. Like, you guys could have used a snowblower.
Yeah.
That would be so funny.
What? You've had a snowblower this whole time? Yeah.
It's
We're in
I
Iowa.
thought you knew.
What's up, Jiggy Brain?
Duh.
Yeah, Harry, we're in the Rockies.
Was that on Kick?
Yeah, on Kick.
Cool. Awesome.
Jiggy Brain.
I was curious.
Kick. It's kind of
Yeah.
like Twitch, except
It's a new
better.
Twitch. Yeah, it's a better
Oh,
Twitch.
cool.
They're not controlling as much. Like they still have basic rules and control, but it's not as like the Twitch changed their policy that really went against the content creators, and they lost a lot of people because of
I was
it.
going to say, like, every article I've read recently about Twitch has not been good.
Oh yeah,
It's like
they're
everybody kinda
screwing
thinks
over
they're
their
kind of
content
just
creators
on their last leg. Yeah.
Well, Twitch was
Dang.
running the high that YouTube's been running, where it's like, hey, we are it, right? We are the app, and you do what we say, or you're going to be gone. Well, now
Somebody
more
else
things
did
are
that
happening. Yeah, exactly. There's different apps, different ways. Somebody made Kick. Like, it's just how it is now.
That's
The developer's
funny.
like, kick me then. Kick me off, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Kick
Okay,
me.
so I kind of want to get into this real quick
So
too, actually.
funny.
So Mr. Beast, obviously you guys know who that is, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Dave, we've talked about him before, yeah. So Mr. Beast, huge
He's
YouTube
like the
sensation.
biggest YouTuber.
Yes,
Yeah. like the
literally
biggest.
I think he is the biggest YouTuber.
Yeah. Like
he-
crazy.
He's worth
He
billions.
dropped. Oh yeah, he dropped. I think what was it?
Maybe two.
He dropped a video, I think on X exclusively, and got over like 60 million views within the first day. Seriously.
Wow.
How in the
Wow.
world? Like, yeah, huge. And then he I think earlier today he
Wow.
made a comment and said, "I'm giving away $25,000 to 10 people who comment on this post." You bet I commented on the post. And he said, I will announce the names in 72 hours. And he said
Holy
this money
shit.
basically comes from that video that he put on X. What it was like buying like a different
That's the
amount
money
of
you
cars and
want.
like doing what insane. Like he's like, this is the money we
just
made from
that
this video.
fuck
Here you go.
money. That
It
fuck you
literally
money.
is.
You know what I mean? Like,
Dude,
and that's
Josh,
the best kind of money.
I don't know if this is the latest video, but the one that he put on X, it was just like they bought a $1 car, did some crazy stuff with it, and then they went up from like that. It was like $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 cars, and then they got up to like
Jesus.
$100 million car.
Oh my god!
Seriously,
oh my god.
they had to.
Like, what
They
do
only
you
could
even
drive
do
it on
with
the
a car like
bridge,
that?
right, dude? Right? They only can drive it on
You
the bridge.
sit there
They
and
had-
you look at it. You don't touch it. You don't
No,
even
they-
breathe on a car like
He
that.
literally had a road crew fill in potholes on this bridge just so they could drive this
Whoa.
car on the bridge. This guy is
My God.
freaking loaded. So the fact that he posted on X, I think that shows a big wave coming for X. Personally, with
So-
content creators, because they're already paying out people on X.
Because X used to be Twitter. That's correct,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Elon Musk changed it to X.
Now they're doing
Yes.
long form comment or content stuff like that.
Yes, they can
Yeah,
do
yeah,
long
yeah.
videos and live streams too.
Yes. So before, if you made a post on Twitter, it was called a tweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, since
It's
it's,
just a
called
post.
X,
I
are
would
they
just say
just
They should just call it an ecstasy.
they should call it
X2C. Nice.
excretions. Excretions.
Excretions.
Like seriously, though we had
Bodily
to
fluids
like I wanted to make because Lindbergh told me to make a Twitter account just as Malvern Manor, but play Malvern Manor like Wendy's does with their X account and just shit on people.
To be
And I'm like,
funny.
oh yeah. And so like because we're gonna get a lot of hate for all of this, especially for this event, just because I mean Stormy's coming to town. You know what I mean? So it's like you're gonna get hate, right?
Yeah.
You know what?
Um,
Publicity's publicity. I don't care personally.
No,
Whatever.
absolutely. Are you kidding? Yeah, of course. But yeah, like so he was saying just make this account or whatever and just start shitting on people that are negative
It'd be funny
Nancy's.
as
You know
hell.
what I mean?
That would be
And I'm like,
so
oh my
funny.
god, it was so funny. I'm like, if you could just do it in a tactful way.
You know what you could
how,
do?
like how Wendy's does. Like Wendy's does
Yeah.
it the best, honestly.
you could start it off with Chad and just you both going back
That'd be
and forth
funny
on
as
each
shit.
other.
Yes. Like just say
You know, I
something
thought
crappy
about that.
Chad.
So
That'd be
he-
hilarious.
And then, by the
That
way,
would
we're
be
having an
funny as
event
shit.
with
Yeah. Right.
And that fucking guy, the guy that dies at everything. Yeah.
goddamn Cassie.
Oh.
You need to get Kesha at the
What'd you
man.
say? Kesha.
You remember Conjuring
Yo.
Kesha?
Kesha, because I remember before Conjuring Kesha, there was a news article that I had read that she was claiming that she had sex with a ghost.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never heard that. Wow.
This was like, I mean,
Huh.
gosh, what, 6-7 years ago now,
Huh.
probably. I
Okay.
mean, jeepers, creepers.
I just can't
I'm
even
like, okay.
break that
I
down.
can't
but okay.
either.
That's apparently
Mm.
this is Ghostbusters now. We're living in that
It's
life.
like, listen,
Yes.
There's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to unpack. Oh my freaking God. So by the by, speaking of Ghostbusters,
Okay.
guess what comes out? Like freaking
ready for it?
Ghostbusters is coming
ready?
out
Yeah.
at the end of March. And I'm super excited.
I'm
So,
stoked, dude.
You know what they
I
should
am
do is
so
put-
stoked.
Freaking God.
They should put
So
that in
get
free-
this too. Like they're getting that movie comes out like the night that Chad and Stormy fly in. So I'm like,
Oh,
I don't give a fuck what
Movie
you
night.
think you're going to do, but this is what we're doing.
absolutely.
Like I'll buy the tickets. I don't even care, but we're going.
Oh, I'm definitely seeing
no.
that movie for sure.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Come
Okay.
on.
So I have an idea to run by you after the show here.
You can't
I-
just drop
I've-
stuff like
No. Charles, you and I have talked about this idea.
Okay.
It's one of my like
You just can't do that.
so literally like not even maybe a month ago, like for some reason my brain's been just firing all cylinders and I'm coming up with all this fucking weird shit. And I came up with this really great idea for a YouTube video that I want to do.
Mm.
But nobody else is doing this. I guarantee you nobody's doing this. Maybe I should do this at Malvern.
Like I said,
Do it.
Josh, you just can't do this.
Do
But,
Well- Well, I should do it like the day before the event. and-
which I
and
think
do
is
that.
actually booked. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's not.
We'll have to check. But like,
Mhm.
I'll fill you in on what it is.
No,
Like, this is a seriously amazing idea, which I'm surprised nobody's done this yet, and I'm so freaking stoked to try.
you're gonna make Cassie upset. You better stop.
But she's just gonna have to wait.
Yes,
Son of a
so
bitch.
she'll find out one way or another.
Maybe. Keep
Oh
your
my
mouth shut.
gosh.
That
But
would be wild.
man, no, it just hit me, and I'm like, oh,
It's so funny though.
Well, that's the show, guys. No,
Oh my God.
so done with this. Oh.
oh my god, so crazy.
My dog is barking at me. God.
Cassie.
dick.
Yeah, well, that's fair, Jerry.
Jerry thought he had ghost sex, but he realized it was his hand, and
His hand was asleep.
Listen, that happens.
It's called a stranger.
That's the stranger.
Call it the stranger.
Oh,
Oh my
man,
God. It's so
I've got like
funny.
5 different projects that I'm like working in
I know.
between on right now. That
I know.
And here I am, and it's like winter, and I'm like, it's cold. I don't want to do shit.
the
Yeah,
funny thing is,
exactly.
I haven't really done shit to like work on them because it's
Yeah.
been cold. No motivation when I'm cold.
It's
None.
just it's same. You just
Buddy,
don't want to
come
do anything.
Yeah.
You do not want to do
Buddy,
anything.
come here.
That's why I like winter breaks because you just sit back, relax, and chill. But then this year is gonna be nuts. I can feel it.
So
crazy.
Yeah.
one thing, Josh, because of the Midwest Mystery Tour, since we've got this already booked and we've already talked about it, kind of. Let's talk. I want to talk to you about the last one we did there at Malvern.
Yes.
Jerry was
Yeah.
there. Charles was there. We did a hide and seek at Malvern Manor where the seeker had to use a ghost box and walk around with it
Yeah.
and try to get the spirits to tell the seeker where everybody was. And for some god awful reason, the spirits chose to protect you.
Literally,
send
It
me-
was the best. It was the best.
dude.
And they sent me
You guys
everywhere.
walked past me at least 5 times, right?
Yeah.
Like it was so great.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, I tell that
trying
story.
so hard. I was trying so hard to like be quiet. And then it got to the point where I'm like, well, frick, man, like they're never gonna find me. So I started playing like
You go to the
Clash of
bathroom.
Clans.
Started texting
And
me.
I'm like, hey man, I gotta pee, like hustle up. I'm texting you.
You take a smoke break.
Oh my
man.
god, it was great.
So here's the messed up thing. Okay, so when you started off as the first seeker, you found everybody in like 15 minutes.
Literally, dude. I've never so for me, you literally walk through the nurse's station and I hear the box just go right.
Yep.
You walk through the door and it just goes right, and I'm right there,
Right.
literally on the right in that closet. I'm like, how in the I don't even think you asked a question. I didn't hear you ask a question. It just says right. I'm like, what the y'all snitching on me now already?
It was the best.
Charles was like the first one found on.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah.
And I had the door closed and
Because
everything.
I thought
It
I'd just
it
make
wasn't
my way
obvious.
down, like do the
Yeah.
first floor first. Yeah.
God, dude.
So
But yeah, that was crazy. God,
yeah,
it was
you
fun,
find
though.
everybody in 15 minutes. It takes me 30 minutes
yeah.
trying to find you. And on the ghost box, I'm asking, where is Josh? The first time it says room 18. I'm like, well, room 18 is upstairs. So I go upstairs. You're not in there. Go back down into the nursing home. I'm like, where is Josh? Quit lying to me. And I'll have to find the audio. But it actually says, and I've seen the video already. It's on there. It's in there. You'll hear it say, in his office. I go to your freaking office and it's padlocked. And I'm like, what the?
Yeah, like it
Clearly
wasn't
messing
open.
with you. Clearly messing with you.
So like they are super protective of you.
What's Josh is the favorite.
And I
They're
think
like, Dave's got to get his steps in.
get rid of that dad bod. We're gonna have to have a another game of hide and seek on the
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that would be fun, man. That was really cool, though. That was a cool experiment.
That was great. That experiment, and then in the Estes method we did upstairs was awesome too. Where Mitch was in the meeting parlor room area, you were downstairs, Dave, at like basically saying, because I couldn't understand Mitch because he had the jacket
relaying
over
the
him.
message.
Right, you were relaying the message up to us, and I remember asking like, "Hey, how many fingers am I holding up?" And he says 2 of them. I was legit holding 2, and then I ask, "Who am I talking to, or who are we talking to?" And I think it said either Hank Henry or Henry Hank, like right there, and I'm literally right next to Hank's room. So I just kind of peek in and go, "What's up, Hank?" Just thank you for acknowledging that. Like, appreciate it. It was awesome.
Jerry kind of did the same thing, but he stuck his hand in the other hall and held up 5 fingers.
He didn't even ask though. He
that's
didn't
right.
even ask a question. It just said 5, and he's like, "Dude, I'm holding 5 fingers up." Like, I see his hand like this through the doorway, and Dave said 5, and he just goes, just like, "Oh my god, it said 5!" Like,
that
he's kind of freaking out,
cool,
but it was awesome. Yeah, it was really, really cool.
So I'm going to be working on some new experiments for this tour as well. So just keep in mind, folks, if you do jump on the tour, new things. If you've been to one of the other events, you're going to probably experience something new or do something new. So just be aware of that. But I'm still a little peeved about the way I was treated during the hide and seek. So
just because you're not the favorite, get over it, okay?
No, the fact that I got pushed everywhere, but
hey, Trisha.
Hi, Trisha. Yeah, exactly. I thought it was great. Now, I will say too, real quick, this kind of not to stir away from Midwest. Has Gracie been a little MIA? Because I feel like I don't really hear about much from her anymore. Like, have people been having experiences with her, or like, you know what I mean?
She was pretty talkative the other night, I guess. Okay. Now, I will also say, like, she was talkative the other night, but to the point where she was telling people, like, get the F out.
Oh.
Like, get out of my room.
Good. Wow.
Like, so, I don't know. Okay. I mean, every day I'm still like, hey, Gracie, like all that stuff. Like, I'm always saying, hey, good morning, or hey, see you later. You know, all that stuff. I don't know. I don't know.
Huh.
It may just be me, but I never get anything down there. Like, at all.
Yeah.
I think my first time there, I had some pretty cool activity, but maybe she doesn't like you.
She hates my face.
Probably. Could be. What's up, Austin? Good to see you, bud.
Oh my God, you make me so mad. Is there anything I can do? No, it's just your fucking face.
Your face just annoys
Change it.
Here, put this on real quick. God, leave me alone. Stop asking questions.
Just your fucking face, man. damn it.
It's just like, I bet I want, you think like you're in there asking questions. These spirits are like, oh my God, just leave me alone. Fuck. Like, just go away. God.
Did you just fart?
Did
I
you
swear to God, you just farted.
I swear. You thought you were leaving everybody else,
my
but you came into
God.
my room instead. I hate you.
I gotta stay in this room. You don't.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
Get out.
like, did you seriously just crop dust me right now,
Yeah,
bro?
what the
Come
hell,
on.
bro. Bro, it's all inside me.
Fuck you.
God, what did you have to
I'm
do this?
literally wearing your fart right now.
Right. I mean, they're used to the pee smell that sometimes, right? The disembodied pee smell that comes in and out. Jeez. Ugh.
Oh man. Oh my
That
God.
was pretty wild. Experiencing that for the first time was pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Have you what phantom smells do you experience there, Josh? Like what do you what do you
I've
what is
smelled-
something
I
you've
mean,
smelled before?
My nut.
Body odor.
Okay.
Like body odor. Urine for
You shared
sure.
that twice that day. Sorry.
And no, I mean the like body odor and urine, those are the top two that I'll smell
Okay.
consistently, where you're just like, oh boy, like you walk right through it and you're like, Jesus Christ.
I will say the last time we were there, I think it was during the tour. The first time I've ever smelled anything like this there, but I smelled perfume there. The hall leading down to the nursing home wing, right in that hall is where I smelled it, and it was nice. It was nice. It was
Like
flowery,
right past Gracie's room, like right there, pretty much at Gracie's room.
No, just a little bit before.
A little before. Okay.
But I know there's like the
laundry
I
room.
do remember you mentioning that.
I know
do
there's a
remember you
laundry
talking about
room,
that.
Mhm.
but it didn't smell like Glade or Tides.
Freshly sent. Yeah.
It smelled
Well,
like
we don't do laundry or anything like
For
that.
one.
So yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
the laundry room. I think smells like piss too, but like
Okay.
it was just a really nice, sweet scent.
Huh.
It was the first time I've ever had that hit. So interesting.
Interesting.
That's awesome.
Nice. Very nice. I would be definitely intrigued to hear more from people, right? Like, I'm intrigued to see what they smell and stuff too. Something I will say that I do appreciate. I've noticed, over your channel and stuff over the years. I feel like Kirsten's getting more involved, right? Like she's becoming more like
She's
more
really
a part of
digging
things.
the fact that she's looking at everything like it's a mystery that needs to be solved, and she
Awesome.
loves that aspect of everything.
Yeah.
Like she's hard enough to spook anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so it's like like when she gets kind of freaked out a little bit, like something is actually gonna
Yeah.
go down.
I'm waiting
Like
for that.
that last video,
Her big
we
experience.
did, like
Yeah.
she didn't even want to be there. Like
No,
she was
I
like,
know. Like you could
Jesus,
tell.
this sucks. And she was
Scary.
like, just turn the
Forget
freaking
it, we're done
cameras
there.
on, just go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
And
was
she was like, "No, we're going in there.
all
We're
right."
going in." Like she's
Yeah.
like, "No, we're going in. Like this is happening."
She's
I'm
like,
like,
no, we're doing it.
yeah, girl, go get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
get in that room by yourself. You got this.
Aquaman action. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, she was. I mean, she was pretty adamant. No, we're going in there. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh,
all
yeah.
right. Like awesome.
Yeah.
It was great. I
But
love
even
seeing her
then,
get
like
more
right
involved.
out of the gate, it was like we were about to go in and then heard the knocking from the room across the hall.
Yes.
So it was almost like, don't come in here. Don't come in
Yep.
here. Don't come in here.
It
Don't
was
come
like
in here.
distracting.
Yes. And it's like, even when we were in there, some of the things that were coming through, I'm like, this isn't her.
Because
I'm like, this isn't her.
No, it felt.
So like,
I feel that too. Like what you guys had captured, it didn't feel like it was Rebecca. There was a couple times that it felt like her, but
Yeah.
that minute that I heard the Becca, I was like, oh, that hits hard. That was pretty
Right.
cool. That was a really cool voice that came through. Or that was
and
a
I
really
was
cool
like,
moment that came
yeah, can you get her for me?
Yeah,
you
like,
know what I
can
mean?
you
Like,
check
do
it?
you mind? Like,
through. Is there like a nurse just like operating the entire like
Right.
ghost nursing home? Just
Oh
like,
my
you need
God.
Becca? All right, cool. Like, yeah, sure.
that's what I'm
Like,
saying. It was like, what? It's like, I
was
don't
really
get it.
neat.
It's,
Mhm. But I
so
I
crazy,
do
though.
think though that every time you would talk about a certain thing, it was like something elsewhere would happen to get you guys from going like or talking about it or going like into it.
Yeah.
But then you were having crazy cat ball activity, and then the motion detector would go off every now and then. Like it wasn't like it was too. What do I want to say? It was too. Not sporadic, but like when stuff was hitting, it was hitting. But when it was quiet, nothing was happening. It wasn't even like the occasional ball or the random ball. It was like things were just going. It was awesome.
Yeah. And that's
Like,
the
that
thing
was a
that's like
great
most
session.
frustrating for me is the fact that it's like there is that ebb and flow.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's, I think, like hands down across the board, you're going to experience that, right? There's
Yeah.
peaks and valleys. It's gonna happen, and then nothing. But Malvern Manor, fuck, like it's like we're gonna give you everything and then nothing, and then we're gonna ramp it up again and then give you nothing. It's like, God dang it.
I feel
And
that.
sometimes, like when they're like it ramps up or whatever, it's enough to send people gone, like for the night or out, like a text message or a phone call in the middle of the night, later, type thing. And other people, they're like, I mean, it just fuels the fire even more. You know what I mean? It's like, okay,
absolutely. Well, and
But
there's
it's like-
sometimes you go in there and it's just
and
like,
I'm
man,
sure.
I
I
don't
mean,
have
you guys
anything
have been
going
there
on.
enough. You guys know, right? And it's like you guys have been there enough. Like like you can almost feel that shit build.
Yes.
And it's like, something's about to pop. What's really concerning is like when you feel that and it's like it's gonna go any minute. Like it's happening, it's going to happen, and then nothing happens.
And you
you're
got to
like,
be in the
what
right spot at
hell
the
is that
right time
about?
for that. That's what I think it is you have to be in
Yes.
the right spot of the manor for like it's coming, but you got to be in the right spot
But
just to
where?
have that experience. Exactly. So
It's a
yeah,
bunch
I'm
of
right there
horse
with you on
shit,
that.
dude.
Oh yeah, that's the way it should go. You know what I'm saying? Like it just happens.
Mhm.
Nothing's guaranteed because you can't be
Yeah.
everywhere at once. It's just how it goes.
So real quick,
true.
I want to get back
That
to
is
the
true.
event that you guys are having
Yeah.
on the 24th of March. Do you want to tell everybody what they can expect, or what's going to happen, or what are you guys going to do?
In all honesty, like what you can expect is a really fun freaking time because it's going to be a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
That's going to be a given. Okay. Like, it's going to be so much fun. Obviously, we're going to eat, drink, and be merry. We're going to, talk about ghosts. We're going to do some Q&A stuff. Obviously, you'll be able to get pictures and autographs and all that fun jazz too. Buddy, you stay right there. Don't move. There we are. Like dogs trying to get out, man.
I get it.
Let
Let me have to go pay.
But no, but that's what Chad and Stormy wanted to do more than anything was let's do a ghost hunt that's also going to be not your stereotypical ghost hunting event, right? It's like let's
Not so
have some
formal.
real fun with this. Like let's have some fun with this, and just if really cool things happen, great. If nothing happens, great.
March 24th.
Yes, the 23rd.
I thought it was the
23rd.
24th.
I believe it's the 23rd. It's going to be at Malvern Manor, Trisha.
Just look up Malvern on Eventbrite or Zoinks.
Yeah,
Sorry,
or Zoinks.
on Eventbrite. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
that'll tell you.
23rd.
Zoinks. It should be a great time, though. Honestly, like,
Oh, yeah.
That
I'm
weekend.
really looking forward to
I mean-
having. I mean, this will be like Stormy's third or fourth time back. This will be Chad's first time at the
What?
manor.
Really?
This is his
Yes,
first
like,
time?
we were supposed
Seriously?
to. So we were supposed to have Chad a couple of years back. We were supposed to have Chad, and he had to pull out at the last second because his father passed away. And
Oh.
so it was just one of those things that was like just shit timing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so obviously we did not expect Chad to show up. But yeah, so this is gonna be a lot of fun.
I
Hopefully
can't
it's
wait
the
to
first
see
time.
what happens.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. It's gonna
Like
be a
for
fun
him
time.
especially. Like it's gonna be very
Oh my
interesting
God.
for him. I hope he has some pretty crazy stuff happen.
Oh,
If
for
what I-
sure. So do I.
If what I'm thinking happens, he's definitely going to have some experiences.
Yeah. He'll have some experiences for sure. Dude, I swear,
Some sort
that
of
guy is so
experience,
much
but-
fun. It's so much fun.
So yeah, you guys can get your tickets on Eventbrite.
Yeah.
Just look up the Zoinks, the word Zoinks in Malvern Manor.
Yeah.
You'll be able to find it.
That and all the other events that are going on at Malvern this year too. Like I'm sure there'll be more probably added throughout the year, but like, it's just gonna happen. I mean, look, one coming up in May.
Yeah,
you know?
there's one in May apparently. It hasn't been listed yet, but I know there's one in May.
Keep your eye out.
Keep your eye out.
Gotta work out
my
the we gotta work it all out first.
Guys, we went a little bit beyond
time.
our normal time, but that's gonna happen when we have guests, especially Josh here. And
I talk a lot,
guys. There's gonna be other dates for the Midwest Mystery Tours, and Josh may be at some of them.
What?
So who knows? Who knows?
We should have talked about that too. Darn, man.
What's that?
That was how much of a good time he had at
oh my god,
we got time. Let's do it.
Mortuary.
Ask him.
Dude,
right now. He's right here.
He's probably like, God dang it, guys! I was ready to leave.
I was just looking at photos. Gosh, when was that? 2 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that. But like all of these pictures showed up from the mortuary of like all the cool stuff that he had set up and staged and all of that stuff. Like, oh my god, I'm like, that was a cool freaking trip.
And you didn't know about the haunted house thing, did you? Like, you didn't know about like him opening it up for us to walk through, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. I just thought it was gonna be like props and stuff then God dang it. Man, those people scared the poop out of me. It was great.
Oh. Well, I love that event so much.
So for those of you that don't know, we did Carpenter's Mortuary in Gentry, Arkansas on November 11th, I think it was.
Yeah.
And the experiments that I did for that one, the place was a mortuary. Okay. So this literally was a mortuary at one point.
Yeah.
But it is now called Carpenter's Mortuary Spook House. It's a haunted house attraction.
Yeah.
And they opened up the attraction after the whole, nobody knew about this. So after the whole meet and greet, the presentation and all that, I informed everybody that to start the whole night off, they were going to open up the haunted house attraction for us. And everybody was going to go through it.
I think it stirred things up. I 100% think that the energy that people put out in there stirred things up for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was
I think I output
nuts.
I think I output enough fear for everything. Like, my God. I was on pins and needles the entire time. Like, every step I was like, shit, man. Shit, man. Like, you know it's coming. You know it's coming.
That's right.
There's a Indian couple that was there, and the dude, I can't remember his name. It was one of those hard names to remember, but he was scared shitless.
His wife was the one that was like super into all the paranormal stuff.
Yeah,
he was interested, but he wasn't like she was very, very all about it. And so, seeing him like react to all the situations that
their faces was fucking priceless. I wish I had a camera rolling when I told him that. So their face,
she got super excited.
Everybody's just like, oh shit.
Yeah, I remember looking over and just oh god, here we go.
The cool thing was he even brought in a few of the actors. And that was the coolest thing of it. Like he told me there was gonna be like one or two, but they had several of them there.
Yeah,
and they did
such a good job.
Yeah, they did.
Like, it was insane. They're so good.
Yes. I would love to go there. Like, I would love to go and see it like fully operational one day.
Yeah, no doubt.
Really cool. Oh my god,
let's do it.
That'd be neat.
Do it this year,
next October. Let's do it.
So the idea behind that was like you said, to put that energy out there. You know, guys, when we go to investigations, your energy going into an investigation, I think dictates how much activity you're going to get. So everybody putting out some fear, like emotions are energy. It's an environmental change that we create. Like, you walk into a room where people are fighting, you feel that energy. You're like, fuck, I'm leaving.
Right.
Yeah.
Same thing with fear, excitement, laughter. You know, there's a lot of that happens at these events, but like adding this fear level was awesome.
Huge.
And,
oh my God.
And leading up to the other experiments that we did, like, it set them up really nicely. People had physical experiences where a dude's shirt lifted up.
Yep.
He was freaked out. He calling me on the walk. Dave, can you come in here, Dave?
Yeah.
Some of the responses through the dual Estes thing.
Literally,
that was awesome.
You both saying baby within milliseconds of each other just sent me over the roof. Sent me over. Like, I can't even remember what we were asking. I think it was, something had touched your inner thigh, like the inner part of your leg, Josh. And then I was like, do you want to make a baby? And I was like, I was totally joking, I was just having fun laughing with it. And somebody laughed. And then like not too long after that, both boxes, you both say baby. And
we're separated.
Yeah, you're completely, yes. For everybody that doesn't know, they were separated in opposite ends of the building. So they should not be hearing the same word literally milliseconds from each other. And these are ghost boxes that run random sweeps. They go through random FM channels. So the fact that they both said baby, literally like baby, like it was just blew my mind. I love the history with that. Possibly,
like,
we don't know for sure, but Kaylee, I would love to go to Ashmore. I've never been. I'm
just going to throw this out there. Ashmore is another one of the places I'm looking at doing for the Midwest Mystery Tour. So,
you heard it here first, folks.
I'm looking into it.
There it is.
Yeah,
not scheduled.
Looking into it. Okay? Nothing's here yet.
I'm looking into a lot of places. So,
Dave, when do I go? When do I go to Ashmore? May
18th. May 18th.
May 18th. Go see Josh May 18th.
18th through the 19th, which is an overnight. He's here, sort of.
His
I think he pulled up calendar.
Again.
He probably
pulled the
up
plug. Maybe it happened to us earlier. Remember the screen went black. There he goes. There he goes. Wrong filter. No shit.
He's sending a dick pic.
Oh God.
There
goes the camera. Oh my God. Yeah, we can hear
video.
you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can't hear us.
No.
Your earbuds must be dead. Yeah,
you can hear me. I just can't hear you.
Yes.
Fuck's sake.
Well, crap. I guess that's the cue, guys.
Love you guys.
That's the time. Well, everybody.
I can't hear a word.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't hear a word.
Thank you so much for being here.
And it screwed everything up.
Well, I don't even know how to end this. There we go. All right.
All right, guys.
Sorry, Josh.
So that's going to end it for our interview with Josh here. And guys, we appreciate you for jumping on here. It was a fun chat. Good to see old friends on here. And just
some I haven't seen. Exactly. It was great to see everybody. Thank you all for being here. Thanks again. We'll see y'all next week, same time, same place. Make sure to hit that like button, get those likes up, and thank you all for commenting again. That we greatly, greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, just go ahead and press that little button for us.
Yeah, apparently 82% of our viewers are not subscribed. So what are you doing with your life? Subscribe.
Come on.
Subscribe,
at least we're getting views, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one or two.
We're getting views.
That was a banger.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much, Jerry, Kelly, Trisha, Cassie, Kaylee there for a second. Austin, it was good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you being here too.
Yeah. Alive.
He's alive. Him and his dad. Thank God. We'll see y'all on the next one. Have a good night, everybody.